Thinking about launching a podcast but overwhelmed by all the moving parts? At Turnkey Podcast Productions, we take the hassle out of podcasting so you can focus on the talk, not the tech. From concept to launch, guest booking to post-production, we handle everything. Need a strategy to grow your show and turn guests into clients? Yep, we do that too. DIY or done for you, we've got the solution that fits. Whether you're just getting started or ready to scale, Turnkey is your behind-the-scenes podcast team. Turnkey Podcast Productions. Your voice, your message, fully produced. Learn more at turnkeypodcast.com/contact. That's turnkeypodcast.com/contact.
In The Art of War, Sun Tzu wrote, "Keep your friends close, and the nice guys on business closer."
I still know your placeholders. Like, you love to repeat words. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what the word is. It can be something in the middle of the sentence, but like when your brain is working and you're trying to think of what you're going to say, you'll just repeat words. And sometimes you'll repeat it 2 or 3 times.
And did not know that.
You want a prediction about the weather? You're asking the wrong Phil. I'm going to give you a prediction about this winter. It's going to be cold, it's going to be dark, and it's going to last you for the rest of your lives. And not even the nice guys on business can change it. Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your 2 favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
I am recording, so don't say anything bad about my mother.
It's time to make the donuts. I would never, ever say anything bad about your mom. Are you getting excited for your cruise coming up in a couple
I am. I've made the final hotel reservation because the I was going to say the bus, but actually the cruise ship. It's a big difference, right? Big difference between a bus and by about maybe 3,480 people.
Yeah.
Because the cruise ship starts pulling people on board at like 7 a.m. I think they like 7 to 11, right? Isn't that how long you can get? How long does it take to get on board a ship?
Well, typically what most ships do, and I don't know, maybe if this is one that goes on a 17-day thing, they do it different. But usually when they come into dock, they kick everybody out, right? That's on, and they clear the ship by like 9 a.m. and they start bringing new people on by like 9:30. I mean, it's crazy how quickly they do it.
I didn't realize that the same day that the ship comes in, they put new people on the ship.
Yeah, absolutely. Same day, man. They get the most money that they can out of it. Now, if it's a 17-day cruise, maybe they need more time to restock. So maybe they do it next day. But yeah, I don't think the first people get on till at least 9 or 9:30 because they kick everybody off.
All right. Well, maybe I got this wrong then, because I thought that you could get on as early as or you can check in. Like, they don't have a late checkout on a ship, right? Like, excuse me. You know
what? I don't feel like leaving yet. Can I stay on the boat till like 12:30? No, you cannot.
Well, you can, but it will require you to take another 17-day.
Yeah, right. You got to pay again.
So I thought for some reason we could do like this early check-in, but maybe it's just early check-in, but we still have to be in the waiting area. So last night, or maybe 2 days ago, I made the reservation for the hotel that my mom and her boyfriend want to stay in the night before, so they can be close to the ship. But we're only an hour flight away. So
okay, but here's the thing.
Yeah,
it's an hour flight away. Okay, God forbid something happens with the flight.
Right. I guess you're right.
I'm funny like that, right? Like, I've done, I don't know, 4 or 5 cruises in the last 10 years or so, and I had one cruise that I think I was flying in the same day, but it got delayed or something. And it's like, you're fucked. You missed that ship. Right. You are fucked. So I always plan to get in it. Oh, I know what it was. I had one that I was getting in the day early. Right. And so I had a hotel room near wherever it was, because it was out of Florida or something. And yeah, it was only a 2-hour flight, but something happened with the airlines that night. And like all of the flights got canceled.
Oh no.
And so we ended up getting in the next morning, but I still had to pay for the hotel room because they wouldn't cancel like the day of.
Right.
But if that had happened, like if I'd had the flight the day of,
you had a helicopter to the next port, I guess.
right?
Or plane to the next port.
We would have been fucked. So I was scheduled the day before. We got in that morning, and it was okay. But God forbid. Yeah, I definitely think you should go.
So we are flying to San Francisco from LAX, and we're going to be in San Francisco the night before. We're going to get up as early as whatever they want to get up and get over to the port, which is like an 8-minute walk, which means it's probably a 2-minute cab ride because they're not walking anywhere, especially with
the walk. You gotta love that. Okay. Yeah, but right, you're
right. I would be walking.
Yeah.
But in San Francisco, we could take one of those Waymos, which is very cool. So,
ooh.
Have you
is that
taken
like
that yet?
where nobody is in the car?
Yeah, didn't I tell you
cool.
in San Francisco when I was with Phil, I took a Waymo.
Oh, I don't remember you telling me that.
All right, well, I'll tell my Waymo adventure. That was definitely an interesting adventure.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
Yeah,
I want to hear about the cruise stuff first.
Yeah, so no worries. I think the only point was you asked me, am I getting all geared up for the cruise? And I did put the final touch on the arrangements by making this hotel reservation for the night before. So I'm flying to Baltimore to go get my mom.
Well, wait a minute. What the actual fuck?
Okay.
Yeah, so because by the way, for anyone that doesn't know, you live in fucking California.
Right. So
you're going to fly 5.5 hours across the country to Baltimore to pick up your mom to fly back to LA.
Yeah, there's not a lot of, there is support there. My niece is there and my ex is there. And I just, this is not the time to call in favors. I have time. I can do it. I'm going to make it happen. So I'm going to fly back a couple days before, spend a couple days in Baltimore, do the normal things that I would do, change filters in my mom's house and do all the housekeeping things, make sure that they're not forgetting anything, make sure that they can get to. They're going for 17 days, and my mom has no luggage, so she's had to go and buy luggage.
Oh God. Okay, and I guess if you're going out there and you're staying in Baltimore for a couple days to help get them ready, okay, right. Okay, I get. It's not like you're flying out and coming back the next day.
Yeah, or hey, I'm here. Let's just get on the airplane and not even leave the airport.
Right. Just meet me at the airport. I'll land, and then you join me, and I turn around and go. Right.
Oh, yeah, believe me, my mom is paying for that flight, and any transportation, any parking, anything. She's covering that cost because while she has said you don't need to do that, she's also hinted you really need to do that. So after the cruise is over, on the other hand, we're done with them. She's on a plane. She said, I'm not taking them back.
She can figure it out.
I will get them to LAX, which has a nonstop flight. We've already made arrangements for that. I'm going to get them as close to security as I'm able to. My niece, Alex, will be meeting them on the other side at BWI to pick them up and their bags at the airport. So nice. I think we're covered pretty solid there.
That sounds good. Good plan.
I have absolutely no excursions yet planned. I don't know how far in advance those things need to be planned, but I probably should get my act together at some point.
Yeah, you should look into them, but it's not you don't have to book them that.
There's only a couple of things that JJ really wants to do while we're there, and we'll do those couple of things. And for the most part, I really feel like I'm doing this cruise. I'm not subjecting JJ to this, but this is how my attitude is. I'm doing this cruise so I can spend quality and quantity time with my mom. So even if I never got off the boat, I don't think my mom's going to get, I think she'll get off to go to the port city, but I don't think she's going to go like on any excursions or anything.
Yeah. And the excursion stuff is fun, but you don't want to get locked in, right? Like you could get to a port and be like, you know what? I don't feel like doing it, but you've already paid for it. So you're going to do it. Now,
right.
I would plan something in the first port because you're sailing for like 5 or 6 days or some shit.
Right. It's five overnights.
Like, you're going to get off the ship at the first port.
Right. And there is I can't remember the name of the road to, Hanalei or something like that. There is a famous part of one of the ports that JJ has never done and wants to do. And then one of the other ports in Kauai is where a friend of hers that lives. So we are going to spend some time and do something with her. She's going to pick us up hopefully at the port and take us around for the day. But
That's cool.
my
What's
mom
the,
is not
what's
going
the
to.
ship you're on? I'm going to look it up now.
It's the Ruby Princess.
Okay, Ruby Princess. Okay. Go ahead. Keep going. Continue. Don't let me interrupt. I'm
No
going to look it
worries.
up. here
So
while
I
go.
don't really know even what the excursions are, nor do I really even. I kind of like the port cities because they're usually owned by the cruise line and they're nice and clean, and and everybody's trying to sell you something. You're getting the picture sold, and it's
Well,
by
it's
the
Hawaii too, right? Like that's nice.
right. But I'm okay with just sitting on the deck. Maybe I'll think differently after I've been on the ship for 5 or 6 days, and then 5 or 6 days back, and then 6 days on the cruise. Also, maybe I will feel differently. But I'll tell you, I'm really looking forward to this disconnect. Very much so. What are you seeing about the Ruby
17
Princess?
fucking days though. God damn, that's a lot of days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hang on. Date and length. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to search for Ruby Princess 16 plus days, right?
Right. That's
That's
it.
got to be easy enough
That's
to
it.
find.
That's
And
it.
then we get rid of Caribbean and Europe, and I want
Just Hawaii. That's it. Just
I
Hawaii.
don't
San
see
Francisco,
Hawaii.
San Francisco to Hawaii, and then back again.
No, it's funny. I don't see Hawaii. I see Mexico, Panama Canal, Canada.
Maybe we're not going. Maybe it's not happening after all.
I don't know. Yeah, I hit too many damn
That's okay.
filters. I did it wrong.
It's all right.
So, the stops that you're doing, tell
No
me, are
idea.
you doing different islands? I guess.
Yeah, I think all of them. Aren't there a bunch of big islands like the Big Isle and Kauai, and I don't even know what Maui and
at least 3 or 4. I don't know how many. Though.
I think there is like 5 stops along the way. I think there are 5 ports or something like that. I don't really know. I'm telling you, I have not looked into like the details of the ship. I mean, of the ports.
Interesting. Okay. And do you have you got a balcony?
Balcony cabin, and we are right next door to my mom. So
is it a connecting, like you got a door that connects you, or are you just next door?
It's funny you say that. I think that all cabins are connecting, but they're not connecting inside. They're connecting on the balcony. You can lower
that's kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, you can lower the little gate in between. That's at least how it was on some other cruise ships that I have gone on.
And it's funny, you're going out of San Francisco, not LA, right?
Correct.
Because the same ship does round trip out of LA. You just happen to be doing the one out of San Francisco.
The problem was that with the dates that we could do it, it was the only one that we could have gone on. I would have much preferred not having to deal with airplane and bags and all of that stuff too. But it's just the cards that we were dealt, and it's fine. I'm not it's not going to ruin the trip for me at all, having to fly to San Francisco. Pretty easy.
Now, it's funny too. I'm looking at your cruises. I see October 30th. You're not leaving October 30th. You're leaving before that, right?
No, that's the one.
Oh, you're leaving on the 30th. So you'll be gone
correct.
Actually in November.
That is correct.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I was thinking you were going to be gone middle of October. And you're coming here for
your
birthday, October 5th, right?
Yeah, I am.
Fun. I mean, my actual birthday is October 5th. The party is going to be on the 4th. Hey, it looks like they've still got rooms available on the ship. I could get a suite starting at $11,000 for the 17-day cruise, 16-day cruise. That'd be great.
Oh my God, that is crazy. And is that per person?
Oh, I'm sure.
Per person.
Well, no, I don't know. It does say number of guests, 2 guests. I wonder if I change it to 1 guest.
Let's see what would happen if you change it to
pricing change to.
Because that it wouldn't be $11,000 per person. Because I think my fee, for the balcony cabin, I believe it was under $4,000.
That's still
per person.
Yeah, because this says I could get a balcony from $2,500, but I'm guessing that's per person.
Right. Exactly. Totally. It's got to be per person because I think we paid a little under $4,000 with whatever cabin and location and all of the other things that we wanted to get down
Yeah,
in all.
San Francisco. Then you're going to go to Hilo, then to Maui,
Mhm.
Honolulu, and Kauai. Oh, and then Ensenada, Mexico, and then back to San
I
Francisco.
think they do Ensenada because they have to make one international stop. I think there's a rule or something. So there's something stupid like that. Why wouldn't they
Really
just come straight back to San Francisco? I think because of I heard something about because of the origin of the ship or the corporate something, they have to make one international stop.
interesting.
I don't 100%
You
know
know what?
that.
I wouldn't doubt if it's like a casino thing, right?
Maybe, I don't
Like
know.
obviously they got to have the casinos going, right? But maybe if you leave from the US and then only make US stops and then return to the US, you're not allowed to open the casino or some shit. I don't know, even
I
though
don't
you're in
know.
international water.
I don't know.
So one of the things that I found interesting on my cruise, and by the way, welcome back, welcome back. My name's Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler, and today this is cruise talk. Oh, is that a Modelo Negro?
Yeah,
So that's
yes.
like the dark Modelo, which I think regular Modelo is it's about a half step away from Corona,
It
right?
it
It
is
just is
very light.
watered down fucking beer.
It's very light. And I
But
actually enjoy this. I never liked a dark beer, but this is actually good. I want to tell after you tell your cruise story,
it's
I want to share another story about a dark or stout type of
mm,
beer that I've
well, I'm
tried.
I'm drinking my Shinerbach,
Uh-huh.
which is like sort of an amber, I guess. But yeah, I like the Modelo Negro, the dark, but I don't like the regular Modelo. It's too light. So the interesting thing with my cruise that I found, and I've been on cruises in the past, but we made 3 stops, and the first stop we made, we didn't get off the ship till like 12:30 or
Mm-hmm.
something. It
Mm-hmm.
was late in the day, and then we had to be back on the ship by 6:30. Second day, we could get off by like 7:30 a.m., but we had to be back on the ship by 2:30.
Mm,
Every day was very short.
right.
And I was trying to figure out what was the deal with that, right?
Like why do they need to leave so early from the port?
Right. I don't
Right?
remember the port days ever being that short on cruises before. And in fact, I remember one cruise I went on where we got in at like 8:30 in the morning. We
Cruising
didn't leave
with
till the
Doug and
next
Strick.
day. It was
Wow.
like we could have partied all night in wherever it
Right,
was. I don't even
right,
remember.
right.
And gotten it was really cool. Um, I think at least with Royal Caribbean, they've realized that when you're not on the ship,
You're not spending
there's
money.
no opportunity for them to make money. You
Right.
can't be at the casino. All of
Yeah.
their shops are closed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that they have purposely shortened the time in port to try and maximize the dollars.
It's an interesting theory. I don't know that to be not true. I mean, so it could be it makes complete financial sense for the
Yeah,
cruise ship to get in and out of the port as quickly as possible while leaving you enough time to do whatever excursion that you want to do, or at least you can't get very far if they get in at 7. Most people don't get off the ship at 7 because you're on
right.
vacation. So let's say you
Sure.
get off after breakfast. Let's say you get off at like 8 or even 8:30.
Mhm.
By the time you're off the ship, you find your transportation, and you don't want to come back on exactly at the time that they're leaving,
Right.
and they don't wait for you, I hear. So,
No, they will not fucking wait.
yeah, can you imagine
But
how
it
much
looks like
that?
yours. So your first day in Honolulu,
Yeah.
you're there at 7 a.m. and you stay till 11 at night, which is cool.
Oh,
That's a
that's
nice
good.
long day in
Yeah, that's good.
Honolulu, right? And then it's an 8 to 5, and then 7 to 6, and 8 to 5. So, but it's still a full day, right? You get 8 hours or something in each one.
Do they happen to mention if the ice cream and pizza station is stayed open the entire time? Because that really, I'm having to weigh whether I want to see Hawaii or whether I want to eat more pizza. I don't really know.
It's funny you say that too, because one of the things with the Royal Caribbean, they got all these little specialty restaurants and shit, right? But I remember I thought I remember the Windjammer, like the
Yeah.
buffet one.
Right. Right.
I thought I remembered it being open like all fucking day until like 11 at night. But the last couple cruises I've been on, they close between lunch and dinner,
Mm.
and then they close at 9.
What?
So
well, what's open late night? There's got to be something still open late night.
So on my ship, there was a Sorrento's Pizza
Oh,
that
that's
was
good.
open 24/7.
Yep.
And there was a coffee shop where you could get like kind of pre-made sandwiches and snacks and shit. But that was it. Now, you could do room service. That was 24/7. And the room service menu was okay. Like you could get a burger at 3 in the morning if you wanted to be called
pizza
room
and ice
service.
cream is all I need. I just need pizza and ice cream. It's not like after 9 o'clock at my house, I'm actually eating anything anyway. So as long as there's something available, it's going to compete with anything. So I'm very happy that I want to get on this cruise. I just want to begin. I want the eating and the trivia to begin.
The trivia. Oh my God. So much fucking trivia. And I was only on a 6-night cruise. And but I love the trivia. Like we played the classic rock trivia, right?
Right.
Where it's like 20 songs and you get a point for each song and a point for the artist, right? So you could get up to 40 points.
And Strickland's scoring 38 points every time. I'm sure it.
No, dude, it was just me and Vera, right? It's just the two of us, me and Sally. And some of the groups were like 5 or 6 people, right? And they get to the end, and I mean, it's probably like 30 or 40 people in this bar. So there's at least 10, 12 different groups playing.
Right.
And they're like, okay, so raise your hand if you got at least 20 points. And it's like out of 40, right?
Right.
Okay, raise your hand if you got like at least 30. Okay, 35. Okay, 36. 37. Yeah, I got 40. Me and one other team, Sally and I, and then the other team was like 5 people. And then they did some tiebreaker or something, but whatever.
Yeah, my name is Strickland Bonner. I'm Casey Kasem's son. So it's like American Top 40.
Yeah, I'm listening to these. I'm like, is this going to get harder? I'm just waiting.
Oh God. All right. I got to give you a truck update because this is a very important time. What's going on right now? I'm learning a lot of lessons along the way right now.
Oh boy. Okay. Here we go.
So I'm underwater in both of my trucks right now.
Oh no. Caveat emptor. Buyer beware. What's going on?
First truck was just so easy. The first truck was easy. It was like, God, I bought it for 4. I put a couple thousand in and I sold it for 11. And I'm like, damn, this is easy. Next 2 trucks. I'm like,
but you put money in. I was going to say, I didn't remember you making that much of a profit, but you put some money into it.
Yeah, I put a couple $1,000s into it. So this next truck I bought, and I bought it, and it was about $5,000 when I bought it. Guy comes out and he did the inspection of the truck. He's like, no problem. It's got a few $1,000s maybe in stuff that needs to get done. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, here is another $12,000 or $13,000, or here is a $12,000 or $13,000 truck, which means that if I all in, I'm $8,000 in, and I sell it for 13. I'm like, 5 is that feels like that's good, and I can do that in a month or maybe 2 months if it takes a little longer. Mm-hmm. Well, he starts getting into the truck, and he's like, oh, dude. He's like, oh, man. Okay, you need the cylinder work. As soon as you get into the engine, I'm like, I'm fucking lost.
Yeah.
So he got into the engine and a whole bunch of shit, and then the carburetor had to be like a whole bunch of stuff needed to be done to the carb, and then the fuel filter, and then the brakes, the whole braking system, basically all 4 brakes, the wheel bearings, the master cylinder. That alone was $3,000 by the time.
Jesus, are you fucking kidding me?
So now I'm in this truck, and I'm like, okay, there's still an opportunity to make a couple $1,000. And then fucking I get it back here and I take it to get the tires that I put on, because it was $800 in tires. I get the tires put on, and the guy, I think I might have mentioned this to you in the last episode, he like broke one of the lug nuts. So he's like,
oh yeah.
So he opens up he takes the tire off and he goes, these all need to be replaced. And I'm like, what are you talking about? These all need to be replaced. He goes, yeah, you have, I don't know if the guy is BSing me or what, but he's like, all of these lug nuts, as soon as we go to torque them down, they're all breaking. And I'm like, well, maybe before you break them, you lower the torque that you got on the wrench or something like that. I don't know. They didn't have that kind of torque in the 60s. I have no idea, whatever. So I said, well, how much is it if I need to replace all of the lugs and stuff? $850.
What?
And I'm like,
okay, so wait a minute. Obviously, the lug nut,
not the lug
itself,
nut, the
no big deal,
actual
but
studs, the studs themselves. They have to take the axle off, and they have to do a whole bunch of other work. And it's just a
oh
very
my
complex.
God.
It's so I called the guy that I bought the truck from, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I'm like, I bought this truck from you. Number one, you said that there was most of the brakes were left on it, and my guy is telling me it's mostly worn down to basically the rivet. He said, I'm like, the
Mm,
rivet. I'm like, that's how the brake shoe was held onto the thing, and I'm like, that's not right. So he goes, no, that can't be right. He said, okay, I will drive up there and I will take care of the brakes on my own. And I'm like, okay, but it's
whoa.
still going to cost me a couple $100 to get the parts that are needed because he's not going to pay for the parts. He'll just give me the labor. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So all in all, I'm like, I'm not going to I just hope that I get my investment out of these trucks, both of
But
them.
was it okay? That one, was it drivable? Did you actually drive
Yes,
it?
it's drivable, but I have a conscience and it's like, I'm not going to sell this to somebody that is in an unsafe position where
No,
either, yeah,
no,
go
no.
ahead.
So you took it for a test drive, and
Yes.
none of these things came out, like the brake thing,
I
right?
can't. Normally, if your brakes are, I know you have a Tesla, and they don't fucking wear out brakes. I know that.
Yeah,
But in the old school days, when you used to drive your car, and you used to, and you'd go in, and they'd say, "Hey, you need new brakes," and you would say, "I do."
yeah.
It's like I don't know. There's old trucks. You have to step on the pedal pretty hard for them to
That's
brake anyway. Like what the
true.
fuck do
That's
I
true.
know?
Yeah, and the new brake pads today, they
Right.
purposely put the squeak
The
in,
squeaky thing. They don't have that
right?
back then. They
Yeah, they
didn't
didn't
have
have that
that.
back then, right?
So
So you
anyway,
can't tell when the pad's getting really,
so
really low.
both of these trucks have needed an excessive amount of work done that I did not anticipate having need to get done, but I cannot in good conscience sell a truck to someone at the price that I want to get for it and feel like it's a safe truck. Or at least I need to disclose, hey, you got to get tires or you're going to need to have brake work done or you really need to check the steering. All of that stuff, no, I'm going to take care of it. And I'm just going to either try to get my dollars out of it or sell it low and just not get my dollars and just be okay, lesson learned. This one has not been, these two have not been anywhere near as easy as the first one that I had. So maybe I had a horrible example as my first one. Shit, I can do this with all the trucks. I'll make $5,000 $6,000 on each truck. Nope, not happening.
You got lucky on the first one, I guess.
I did. So I'm getting all the work done on it. I'm going to get them all up to speed, and then I'm going to just try to, as my best, to at least. I'd love to make some money on them, but if I can't make money, even break even. And if I can't break even on them, I'm just going to fucking hold them. They'll just be an investment that I have in my diversified portfolio,
Your diversified
including
portfolio
old
of
trucks.
The real question then, I guess, is are you doing it because you really enjoy playing with the trucks, or is it that you want to make money? And if it's both, that's
Well,
okay
it's both.
too.
It's both. It's I enjoy the hobby. I really do like getting my hands into like this old machinery and bringing it back to life and then selling it. And I wouldn't want to do it if I was buying them, putting my time, effort, and energy in and selling them at a loss. Like that doesn't seem to be right.
Yeah.
So the hobby has got to be, if I can break even, that would be great or
Okay.
okay.
And you would still enjoy the
Oh
experience
yeah.
if you broke even because you like to play with them. Okay,
Nowhere
that's fair enough.
near as much though as if I made money.
You make
on it.
money, yeah.
You know me. I'm a sales guy at heart. I like the entire process. It's a hobby that can make money. My Mustang podcast, which makes a considerable amount of money throughout the course of the year. I love to do the episodes, but I like the fact that I have a sponsor and I get parts and I get a little sponsorship kickback, and I kind of like that.
Well, that's like me in gambling, right? Like I enjoy gambling and I'd like to make money at it. And occasionally I do, but I don't do it specifically to make money, right?
I get no joy out of gambling. Like you would get no joy out of fixing trucks. It just
God,
it would
right,
just
annoys the fuck out of me. I do not like working on my car at all.
All right. On the marketing front, though, I want to talk. Do we have any more updates on the truck? Do you have any more questions about that? Or I want to move on.
I don't think so.
Okay. On the marketing front. Okay. So
Mhm.
Turnkey has had its challenges with marketing.
Goddamn right with that.
And you know how we both feel about marketing, right? We both hate it.
For
But
those of you who don't know, we fucking hate it. Yeah.
But it's kind of like it's one of those necessary evils that you either can offload to somebody else and let them do it, and it's great. And we've had our experiences with that, and none of them have been really fruitful. Or you could just say, all right, well, this is just one thing on my list that I'm going to do. I'm not going to like it, but I'm just going to do it short period of time and do it in spurts so that I can do marketing for maybe a month, and then I'll take the rest of the year off because I have enough leads. So, we've been having a couple of issues recently. I'm not going to go into any details.
Mm-hmm.
I had a couple of, so I go back to the marketing chalkboard, whiteboard. What's it called? Drawing.
Yeah,
what's
go
it
back
called?
to the drawing board.
Drawing board. That's
The
it.
drawing board. Yeah.
Yeah, me with my analogies. I go back to the marketing drawing board, and the last few days I've spent, I don't know, let's say a cumulative amount of time, about 5 hours. All right. So I go to my LinkedIn and I go to all my first connections. Hey, my name is Doug and I have a podcast. I have a company called Turnkey, and we've done 6 successful cohorts with our podcast launch school, and we're doing our 7th. Would you like to be an affiliate partner?
Yeah, by the way, are we doing a new podcast launch school? Because I saw an email, a marketing email that said that, and I'm like, oh, news to me.
Oh, I don't know where you saw it. Was the marketing email from our marketing guy? It wasn't from me, was it? Because I didn't send.
It said we were going to do a school thing.
Okay. All right. Well, fine. Maybe I stole the idea from our marketing guy. I have no idea. So anyway, so I did this outreach, 5 hours of outreach, probably, I don't know, 150, maybe 200 people in the outreach. I've gotten 6 fucking emails back saying, I'm interested. Let's have a meeting. So you know how we've done with like, what is her name? Michelle Villalobos. We did a whole thing with her. We did a launch school with her, and Sherry Fitz. We did a launch school with her
a long time ago.
and they've turned out good. We've gotten clients that have become production clients for it. So these 5 or 6 meetings that I have set up, I've already planted the seeds for what the meeting is about. So maybe marketing is just going to be in our fucking bag of tricks. I have no idea.
So what you're saying is that you were actually happy with the results.
I was.
They could become fruitful.
They could. And even if only of the 5 or 6 meetings that I have, if only one of them becomes something, well, one could equate to a handful of clients, and you never know what could happen from there. So let's just see what happens. All I know is I got back into the marketing game. I remembered how much I hated it. And I'm doing this just to do it. There's some things, maybe there's just some things that are on your list of things that you have to do and not things that you want to do. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I understand that 100%.
I'm going to earn my 17-day cruise. I want to find a whole bunch of clients that are ready to move forward. And when they're going to decide to move forward, right?
While you're on the cruise.
I'm on the cruise.
Which is fine by me, as long as they pay the bill, dude. I got it covered. It's all good.
I said, Strickland Bonner is going to be handling my calls when I'm away. These are already closed deals. Actually, I think in all of the years that we've been doing this, I believe you have closed one deal.
I think I did too. I don't remember the name, and I don't think it was somebody that stuck around, but he did pay. Like, he paid the launch fee, and I helped close it. You found the lead, I think, but something was going on, and I had to, and he fucking loved me, and I closed it. I just don't remember who it was.
So if we have put 350 people through our program, to whatever degree that we've put them through the program, whether it was DIY or full service launch, Strickland gets credit for 1. I get credit for 349. And or maybe I'll take credit for 348 because I'm sure somebody else closed something for us along the way somewhere. Maybe so.
Don't remember, but I give you all the credit when it comes to the sales stuff. I'm good with that. 100%.
All right. So maybe, just maybe, marketing is just the necessary evil that I have to just tie into. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. So I had a neighbor come over the other day. Michael is his name, Michael Taylor. And JJ was out of town. She was at the podcasting conference in Dallas, and Michael came over, and I had earlier in the day, I had put some ribs on the smoker. So we had smoked ribs, they were outstanding again.
Oh shit. That's what I got to do this weekend.
Yeah.
We have ribs. I think we have a rack of ribs frozen. I need to defrost them so we can do smoking this long weekend.
Take them out early in the day, put them in the fridge, and by the next day they will be ready to rock and roll. And don't forget, you don't want to season when they are super cold. You want to wait until they're closer, not room temperature, but you want to wait
Yeah.
till and then when you season them, you want them to sit for like a half hour so the seasoning really soaks in.
I love it.
All good stuff. Anyhow, so he comes over and he brings over two Blue Moon beers
Okay.
and two Guinness Stout
Oh,
beers.
Guinness.
And
Okay.
then he opens up a Guinness and he
Mm.
opens up a Blue Moon and then he pulls out of his pocket a disc that has like 10 little holes in it. Pours the Guinness, he pours the Blue Moon into the glass first. Then he puts this little thing on top that has the 10 holes, and he slowly pours the Guinness on top of that little disc, and it flows through the disc and floats on top of the Blue Moon.
A little black and tan.
Black
action.
and tan is actually what it was. It was fucking great.
It was delicious. Really, you liked it?
It was. Have you ever tried that before?
I gotta say, I have had Guinness before, and I enjoy it every once in a while. But it really is like you got to be in the mood for it. I don't think I ever have actually tried a black and tan.
It was chocolatey and kind of like I don't know what it's a dark like chocolate and leather. If they had a baby,
And leather.
If chocolate and leather had a baby, it would be the stout. Or maybe it was more like chocolate and like bacon kind of.
Ooh, bacon.
If chocolate and bacon had a baby, it would be a Guinness Stout. And then the Blue Moon just made it really light and refreshing, but you don't even taste the Blue Moon because it's sinking below the I don't know why the Guinness floats on top of it. It seems like it's a heavier beer. It would sink to the bottom.
You would think.
But
that's an interesting question. I don't know why. It's
anyhow, it was really delicious.
That is excellent. I'm going to have to try it sometime. I've never done that.
Okay,
I do like Guinness Blonde. You know, all the Guinness Blonde sold everywhere in the world is brewed in Baltimore.
Really? Are they blue? Is it the old Pabst Blue Ribbon or Natty Boh factory right off the 695?
It's funny that you say that. It's actually the old
the sausage factory.
Seagram's.
Oh, yeah, by the airport.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It used to be the Seagram's. Like they made booze there, like they made vodka and rum and shit, right? And when Guinness was studying and figuring out where they wanted to do their new brewery for the blonde, Baltimore won, partly because of that factory that was there and apparently had been abandoned for a while.
Right. Yeah.
But also because of the water. The Baltimore water is like one of the 10 best municipal waters in the country. And so they use a lot of Baltimore water.
It's definitely not Ojai water. Our water here is so bad.
Oh, really?
Oh my God. I don't like the flavor of it. It's got so many it's almost like thick water. You can taste the mineral. It's not good. For me, it's not unhealthy. It's just not. It's not flavorful, but Baltimore water is good. You know what? New York water is really good too. I like New York water.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Makes good water bagels. Very good bagels. I think that's the purpose. It's only to service the bagel industry.
It could be.
Only to do that.
I believe the bagels are so good in New York.
I believe that we have 2 voicemails.
You would be correct, sir.
I think that we do, but I did not even tell Ashley that we had 2 voicemails. I'm just trying to let the system go and just kind of, I'm in this particular case, Rick, I believe this is an indicator of I'm letting go, letting God.
I'm so surprised that you're actually finding an opportunity to, not micromanage and look at every goddamn little thing that's going on. But I'm happy about it.
Hey, sorry about the whole shared drive thing. I never know. I swear, I thought I did it right. And by the way, for our nice guy community, has no idea that what we're talking about. I tend to get my hands pretty much into everything, but only if I can screw it up. So I happen to tell a client that just go ahead.
Yeah, Doug does the sales and I do the systems. Okay.
Right.
And so early on, Doug would make a sale. And by the way, I'm very happy about the division of labor. I do not want to do the sales. I like the system stuff. But early on, Doug would come to me and go, okay, well, it's kind of this package, but I threw in this and I took out that. And I was like, Doug, here's the packages. Can you just sell this so I know what to deliver? I don't know. Let me see what I can deliver. Every fucking deal was custom. And I'm trying to build systems around this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then one day I realized, you know what? That's how Doug rolls. Okay. Doug sells what he's going to sell. And if I try to put him into a box, right, and say, dude, you have to sell package A, package B, or package C, it's not going to happen. And he's not going to enjoy it, and we're not going to make sales. So eventually I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm totally cool with this, and I'm going to work around it as long as we have communication where I can translate whatever it is that Doug sells so I can deliver on it. Totally cool. And life has been great since then, except for one thing.
What?
As we've said earlier, I've closed one deal in the 7 or 8 years that Turnkey's been around. Out of 350 plus, there's probably even more than that, right?
Right.
I stay out of the sales. Doug, however, tries to stay out of systems.
I do. I really do.
But here's what happens. Okay. So Doug will.
I'm going to have, before you say this, I'm going to have a reason why the Doug will. I'm going to defend myself after you're done. Just for a second. I'm not saying anything I've done is correct. I'm just saying I'm going to defend myself. And I do have one solid reason how you're going to understand everything you're about to say that is going to be like, well, Doug will do his best. I know he means well. I know he means well. Okay, go ahead.
So Doug will see a message from a client, and sometimes it's an email directly to him and he just wants to solve the problem. Other times it is a message in monday.com and it's a request for, let's say, hey, I got this file and I can't figure out how to attach it in Monday. Can you just give me a shared drive folder to put it in? And Doug will see this. He will try to be patient. He'll look at the message and he'll see it and wait for someone from the customer service team to reply,
12
or
seconds,
wait for me to reply. And then, 10, 12, 15 seconds go by and he can't be patient anymore. And so he's like, let me help you with that. Here, I'm going to create a shared drive for you right now. And I'm going to help you with that because I'm a helper and I can't let this sit. I can't let this sit for 1 minute longer. And so he creates a shared folder and it's one that's on his Google Drive. And then he shares it with us. And then it's like, what do you mean the team can't access it? Why do I need to give them access? And it's like, because you fucked with my system, Doug. And that's what happens. So whenever that happens, I say, Doug, step away from the computer. Just step away from the computer.
There's nothing to see here. There's no problem that you need to handle.
Yeah, that's basically what happens. And you know what? I know that the reason why
I tried really hard.
I'm a context guy, right? Everything is context to me. So when a client complains, it's like, of course I want to fix the problem, right?
Yeah.
But bigger picture, I want to know why this problem happened in the first place and how we can prevent it from happening next time. So when a client complains and ultimately I find out that the context is we did everything right, they're just being overly demanding. Okay, yeah, then I get annoyed. And so when Doug creates a shared folder that's in the wrong place that nobody has access to, I have to stop, take a breath, and remember that the context was he wants to help the client. And it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I do remind him that it's not the right way to do it, and please leave the systems to me.
There's a clear line between when someone is finished being sold something, when I finish selling something and I hand them off to the systems team, and you're part of the systems team and training and Shabba Day and the launch team and our entire production crew. I feel like I'm in this silo as the sales guy, because there really is no, I don't require, I'm not looking for, I don't require any support in the sales role. So it's like we have, I think, maybe 16 or 17 people on the production thing and on the production side. And there's this one guy, his name is Doug, on the sales team. So when I close a deal, there is a clear dividing line between sales and then delivery. And if it was as simple as, okay, I've sold the deal, I'm handing this over to the delivery team. Okay, client, never reach out to me again.
Right.
That would be one thing. And the other side of it is, when I get, even in the span of 2 to 3 minutes, if I get like an email and then I get a follow-up or a second email from the client asking me, the sales guy, to do something systems related, should I? Yes, I probably should say, that's a great question. It's really not in my strike zone. Let me get you to the production team. But I tend to go into this rescue mode because I am a people pleaser. I know I am. That's where sales is where I get my needs met. I know my dad said to me all the time, you don't get your needs met in sales. You go to the bank in sales. You get your needs met somewhere else. Okay. Not here. But it's a hard lesson. It's a hard lesson to learn. So yes, I completely screw up in that area. I don't even remember why we talked about that, but as you were talking, what was so interesting, Strick, as you were talking and sharing the nuances of sales versus delivery or process, at the same time, you were eliminating all of the space in the voicemails that we're doing. And I heard you talking, and I was watching you do your extra effort on the voicemails too. That was very cool to listen and watch at the same time.
Yeah, I'm looking at the voicemails, and it's like I'm thinking the first voicemail, it looks like there was either an issue with the internet or cutting in and out. There were a bunch of open spaces that were, I don't need to listen to it. I've been doing audio long enough. I can visually look at it and go like, okay, well, this is an error. So I just wanted to clean it up while I was talking. It is funny when I get into like an edit, if I'm doing a welcome episode, right? Especially with a brand new client, and there's like a lot of ums and ahs or whatever. And every client's got their thing that is their placeholder. Like, Doug, after what, fucking 900 interviews, I still know your placeholders. Like, you love to repeat words. And it doesn't matter what the word is. It can be something in the middle of the sentence, but like when your brain is working and you're trying to think of what you're going to say, you'll just repeat words. And sometimes you'll repeat it 2 or 3 times.
And did not know that.
And other people are like, and everybody's got something a little different, right? I think is one of mine, right? Like some people, I just said it 3 times in like 10 seconds.
Can you read those 3 words right here? Is this clear enough?
Oh, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So is a big one.
I sat in on a live production today as the recording, and the guest, I'm not going to mention any names, neither the host nor the guest. The guest had to say, 200 times.
Oh, were you counting? Yeah.
Well, I lost count after about 90.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to count and just see, because at first she ramped up, and I'm like, she can't possibly keep this pace up. And I wrote to the editing team, and I'm like, you're going to have a tough time with this one. This is, I need you to eliminate as many of the kind of, and ums as you can. Now, that'll work in audio, but how the fuck are you going to do that in video?
No, you can't.
You can't.
You got to leave it in. It'll look terrible.
And that's what I said to the client. I'm like, look, I can get my team to eliminate. There was enough of a pause that I could tell that you could eliminate many of those from the audio. But there's going to be so many jump cuts if you do that in video. I said, I don't even know. We can either not do video for this one or do it and just leave it in there, because there's no way we can edit that out. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, is a big one, right? And I think right is definitely one for me. And of course, now that I've said it, I'm so aware of it. It's like, geez, I said it like 10 times in the fucking
I'm
5
very
minutes.
curious what those words are for me. I'd need to have somebody help me, but
So you just did it. I'd need to.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah. Oh dude, I edit your stuff all the time. It's funny because when I'm doing a welcome episode and you're interviewing somebody, I will leave more of yours in to make them sound better. Like I purposely hear it and I leave it in
fun.
Because it's like, well, if Doug's the pro and he still does it. And of course, like the client, I clean up as many as I can anyway.
God, did not know I did that.
Oh, dude, if you're ever curious, I can grab any of your welcome episodes and just play and I can point it out to you.
I am scared to hear what that would be.
It's entertaining because
not
if
for
I
me.
remember correctly, most people do have a phrase, right? And is a huge one, or right? Or and then there's obviously but with you, it's just repeating words. And there are times where you'll ask a question and you'll say something and then you'll repeat 2 of the words and keep going and then repeat 3 more words. And sometimes you repeat a word 3 times. And that's just the way that your brain processes when you're thinking about it. When I'm talking to, let's say, a group of people, an audience or something, if I'm presenting, I'm much more aware. And I consciously try to, when I need that extra minute, like to stop and think, I consciously try to stop and not say anything. Now, what's so interesting about that from the audience perspective is if you say or ah, it looks like you don't know what you're doing. But if you have a longer pause, the audience is like, oh, wow, he really cares. He's thinking really hard about the next thing to say. And the reality is, it's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to say next, but instead of putting in a placeholder, I'm going to stop and say nothing. And they think it makes you smarter. But when it's just you and me, I just fucking don't care.
So what you're saying is your pause is, what's the word? What is that word? When you pause, but it's deliberate. Your pause is deliberate.
Exactly.
As opposed to
deliberate placeholder.
Right. I like that. I think I would be afraid to hear me for fear that I would be so focused on not repeating the words that I say that I would lose attention to my guest.
Totally. I remember when we first started doing episodes and I was editing them, I became very aware. I don't remember what it was, but there was a phrase that I had that I was like, when I'm editing it, I'm like, don't fucking say it again. Don't. Oh my God, not again, not again. Fuck! Like and I do think I trained myself not to say it as much, whatever it was, but now I don't think about it and don't care as much. But you don't want to listen to yourself because I hear it when I hear you repeat words and I'm like, shit, Doug, I got to clean some of these up.
I talked to a guest today and I remember having a conversation with my brother and like, that was a great interview. Can I just give you some advice? And my brother's advice, I think I've shared this with you many times, but the audience may not, or nice guy community may not know this. He says, can you just shut up?
Oh my God. So many of our clients, it's like, okay, I'm going to show you a visual, right? Of my editing. You see the top row there? Yeah. Okay, that's you. Now you see the bottom row? Yeah. That's the guest. Who's talking more? Oh, it's me. It's like, no, you're doing an interview. Let them fucking talk.
Yeah. My brother would be really big on that. I've really made a conscious effort over these last, 700 interviews since he's told me to shut up. And I really feel like I contribute to, I love when I have a guest that comes on our show that I don't know their subject matter because I can't speak intelligently about it. So I just shut up and just ask them questions. But when a guest comes on our show and I do know, like if somebody shares information about selling, I feel like I need to add everything. I need to talk about my dad. I need to talk. And I'm like, fuck, just shut up. Just let them talk. It doesn't matter who your dad is, or it doesn't matter what you know. It only matters what the guest knows.
But you do a really good job at that. I mean,
I've worked
you really
very
do
hard
know
at
how to
that.
shut up very well. You've done a great job.
Just because I keep hearing that voice in my brain, my brother's voice. My brother's been gone for, I don't know, 8 years now. So, or 7 years. So for 7 years, I've just thought about that, like, over and over and over again. I keep hearing that in my brain.
See, now I've got to find the episode where we interviewed him, and we said, because for those of you who don't know, we haven't talked about your brother in a long time. He was Detour Dave, the traffic slave, which was the 98 Rock and WBAL, AM 1100,
right,
Baltimore radio guy back in the day when, you got, what is it? Traffic on the 8s, right?
Yep.
And he did it for what, 20 years, 30 years or something?
Oh my God, 30 years probably.
And wasn't he in the plane or the helicopter for a long time?
He owned his own plane. He had a plane.
And did he fly it, or he was just riding?
He had his license, but then it was too hard to do both at the same time. There's very few
talk
people,
and fly.
right? Talk and fly, because you have air traffic that you're dealing with, and you're dealing in a very, very crowded airspace above BWI and the Beltway and all of that. So
yeah,
he was flown around by this guy Chip, who was his pilot, and he was the guy that just did the traffic. Not just, but he did the traffic.
Yeah, we did an episode where we interviewed him, and we were like, yeah, Dave, give us like a traffic sample. And like with no hesitation for like a minute, he was like, okay, well, the northeast side of 95 is looking good, but looks like we're a little backed up right before exit 57, going down Ocean City and Route 50. Like he just fucking made it up right off the top of his head. And I was like, damn. Dude, that sounded like you're actually looking at the goddamn traffic right this second.
Well, he would do what he did when you just did it just now. He would fucking make it up. If he didn't have the accurate traffic, he would just make it up, because chances are good that it was very accurate, because the same time of day, oftentimes the same part of the Beltway had its jams. Now he couldn't talk about a specific accident, but yeah, we should maybe do a bonus episode. I'd love to hear that episode where he was the guest on the show.
Well, I got to try and I'll find the episode, and maybe I'll pull out his traffic report and put it in as a bonus today, like as an Easter egg.
All right. Now I know we do have 2 voicemails that we need to play, and just
oh my God, we're 54 minutes in.
Here's 2 things I'm going to do. One, I'm not going to interrupt between the intro, so you can just bump that right into it, because I have someone that is coming to my house to give me a quote on trimming some of the palm fronds that are on my palm tree that are overhanging my fence, and they're dead. So the fence isn't dead. The palm tree is, those palms that die, they just hang on the tree until a windstorm blows them off. And I don't want them blowing into the fence, because they'll knock down my fence.
Okay. You got 2 trees in the front of your house, right?
Many trees in the front of my house. There are these, what are they called? Leland cypress, really tall, green.
Okay, yeah,
trees.
that's it. So it's a Leland cypress.
Yes.
But they're like 60 fucking feet tall.
Oh, at least they're probably like 70 feet at this point.
How do you have to do anything with them?
And there are 25 of them also.
Because it's like 2 out at the end of every driveway in your neighborhood, right?
Yeah. So they're lining my driveway, and let's say there's 12 on each side. I think one of them died when it was early, so there's an uneven amount. But these things grow really tall, and the challenge is when we get a big windstorm or something like that, it blows. It's almost like a guy that's got a comb over, and the comb over just kind of gets fucked up, and you can't recomb it. You have to pull it back up, and we need a professional that's out. So this guy is going to look at those trees. The last quote that we got was something like $2,500 to put the netting around the tree to make it stand up. I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. So
now this is for those trees.
Trees.
Okay.
This guy coming out today will look at those trees to give me an indicator of what needs to get done. But I really need him to take down the palm fronds on the he's a climber. So he's a climber. He's a freshman in college. He climbs, but he wants to make money during, this time when he's off of college. So he wants to climb the palm tree, cut off all of the broken, the dead palm leaves, and charge me. So I want to find out how much he's going to charge me to do this.
I was just going to ask, like when you get a 60 or 70 foot tall tree, do they come in with like a cherry picker, or do they fucking climb? That's nuts.
The Leland cypress, you can't climb because you don't have access to the trunk, but because it's got leaves all the way, pine needles all the way up. It's very dense. You can't touch the trunk because it's got
Really?
5 feet circumference of leaves and branches around it.
So they come in with like a cherry picker.
They
have
have
to do that.
for the front, they need a cherry picker. For the palm tree, you don't need a cherry picker because you can climb basically to the first level of where those palms need to be cut off and cut them and then climb to the next level and do it. I'm just curious how much he's going to charge. I say a good price I'd pay anything 250 or south because I think it is probably about a 30-minute job. That's what I'm going to say. But,
right.
But
the skill set is the climbing, but still, you'll pay for that.
Totally.
Fucking
okay. So anyway, I told him to text me when he's here. He told me he was coming at 4:30, which is literally in 2 minutes. So we have these 2 voicemails. I may have to go before the end of the episode. So go ahead and hit it. I won't interrupt.
All right. I'm going to hit play and hope that I hit share sound. Let's go.
Yeah.
We got a voicemail from Jared. I said a voicemail from Jared. You know a voicemail from Jared. Nobody else will call. We got a voicemail from Jared. Screw the rest of y'all.
Hey Doug, hey Shrek, Jared here. So you guys just listened to my voicemail. And I mentioned, man, I could use you guys 2 or 3 days a week. And no, fellas. No. There's no way I want 2 or 3 days at 30 minutes. I want all full 1 hour of Doug and Shrek all 3 days. So as I said, I knew it would never happen. I'm just saying what I want, man. If I never tell you, you never know. Anyways, fellas, you guys were talking back to the earlier episodes, and man, I haven't thought about them in so long. Yeah, technically, we had you guys 5 days a week. If I recall correctly, you did do 2 days a week to talk, but you guys spoke before every single episode. And
that's true.
I believe I've told you this before, but maybe not. That was always the best part of the show. So I would not miss an intro. Sometimes I skip some of the interviews, plus 30. But I always listen to you fellas. So, all right, guys, appreciate you. Love the show. And as I said, it's great to have you back, Strick. And if you guys want me on, just give me a shout. You know how to reach me.
Shit, that's right. When we were doing interviews, we would do a teaser at the beginning of every interview.
A prequel.
Too much fucking work.
God, that is a lot of work. Because I think if I remember, that was like it was an anxiety producing moment of time because I would be the guy to do the interview, but then you would do the recap with me. So I had to remember. I can't remember what I did.
Right, I know
this episode.
Yeah,
and sometimes we would do them, and I had I don't know. I was at a point, I believe, even when we were doing 3 and 4 and 5 episodes a week, I was months ahead. I have no idea how I would get months ahead, even being with that much content we were creating. But I don't know. I fucking was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Voicemail number 2.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick, Jared here. Voicemail number 2. Okay, fellas. This is for all of the community. If you're not in the Facebook page, go to niceshortcut.com, request to be a part of the community, and reach out to me about opens and closes. Give me some ideas, Pete.
Oh, yeah.
So far, I've had one person, and I knew this was probably going to happen, that you guys were going to be like, somebody else will do it. No, nobody else is going to do it. There's been one person that's officially given me anything. So, and mine don't count. Call me. Message me. If you got my number, you know how to get me. If you don't got my number, you know how to get me on Facebook. And fellas, to you were listening to the second voicemail, and right after Strick, you said, you're going to put a test tone about halfway into the show, and this one I'm listening to actively now. And we would, by the end of it, forget it, and you'd be like, oh, that's what that was. Dude, I have no idea if you put the test tone in. I don't even remember. And I listened straight through. So if you put it in there, well done. I forgot. If you didn't put it in there, you got me wondering about it. So well done on that side. Who knows? You're not going to remember if you did it. But either way, we can all have a good laugh. All right, fellas. Appreciate you guys. Love the show, and it was a good one. Thanks, fellas.
Wait,
Actually, Jared, there's one thing you're wrong about. He's like, you're not going to remember if you did it. Oh, I remember. I did not do it.
What are we talking about? What were you supposed to put in?
There was something, and it's actually funny because I remember talking about it, but I don't remember what it was we said we were going to do.
About what though?
About like the middle of the show, like a pause or some shit. Like, I was going to put something in the middle of the show and then make a reference to it later. And I can guarantee you 100% I did not do it, but I don't even remember what it was we were talking about now.
I don't either. Oh, very interesting. Okay. All right. Well,
but thank you, Jared, for noticing or not noticing. And by the way, so Jared, this is the second or maybe third time he has put out the call to action, which is if you have any good movie quotes or song quotes or whatever that could be turned into Steve O'Brien intros or outros, reach out because we want some new ones that Steve O'Brien would record for us that we wouldn't know what they were ahead of time. And of course, as Jared has learned that we've learned the hard way, is that our listeners don't want to do shit.
No,
like a call to action means nothing.
All right. I just got the "I'm here" text message from my tree trimmer. So I'm going to run out and talk to him and see what's up. Let's head out of here, but I will catch up with everybody tomorrow or you'll hear us. Well, you're hearing us right now. So that's kind of meta. I don't know how that whole thing works. In the meantime, Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the nice guys on business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Thanks for listening. Bartender, Doug here's going to have a Cosmo and Strickland is going to have a Fireball on the rocks. Not the little glass. Yeah, the big one, the 24-ouncer. Oh, and they'd both like a little umbrella. Just give me the bottle and charge them as much as you can.
In David's case, he is such a name in the Baltimore area that people tune in because they trust the brand he has created in Detour Dave Sandler. He could be on the air and having delivered the same traffic report every 15 minutes. David could actually tell you probably without even checking any of the services, with the exception of there being an accident somewhere, he could probably tell you exactly what the traffic is like in the specific area of the Baltimore Beltway, or probably even somewhere in this general area without even having to make a phone call. Is that true, Dave?
Are you ready?
Okay.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Inner loop of the Beltway jammed up between I-95 and Route 40 West. Let's check Towson now along the inner loop where delays also continue between York Road and Perring Parkway. Fort McHenry Tunnel, slight delay into the tube where the Harbor Tunnel's jammed up solid. There's a delay back toward Poteet Street as a result of a disabled vehicle in the left portion of the tube. I-95 northbound, it's busy from the Beltway up to White Marsh. And if you continue north up into Hartford County, expect some heavy traffic from Aberdeen out to the Tidings Bridge. Back toward D.C., the BW Parkway shows jammed up traffic from 193 in the Greenbelt area heading up into Fort Meade. And I-95 northbound delays continue as per usual from 198 out toward Route 100. I'm Dave Sandler on WBAL News Radio 1090.
Hey!
All right, Dave.
Fucking brilliant.
At the team sports, basketball, soccer, baseball, not good. It's not that I wasn't good. I wasn't as good as you. And honestly, it probably pissed me off. I don't feel like I'm angry now, but at that point, maybe it's very frustrating. I just wanted to take my blanket and go home.
Let's go more with those feelings. What's really the eating at you here?
I think that's what it is. I think I must have been like inferior for some reason. I was a cute guy. I always carried a little blanket with me all the time in my pocket.
With some dribble. You had some dribble coming off your chin.
A lot of dribble. I was a big thumb sucker. Was I a bedwetter?
Of course you were. So was I. This is another show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Slumming with the Sandlers.
White trashing it with the Sandlers.